Welcome to class students. In today's class we are going to discuss conditional statements, if else and case statement. Conditional statements are used for making decisions based upon certain conditions. These conditions are used to decide whether or not a statement should be executed. Keywords if and else are used for conditional statements. There are three types of conditional statements. Usage of conditional statements is as shown below. Type 1, if an expression, that is condition, need to be checked. If condition is true, the true statement is evaluated. The second type, in type 1 you can observe that we have not written else part. So if condition true, then true statement is evaluated. If condition is false, true statement, this is not evaluated within the if block. If only one statement we need to write, then no need to write begin and end. If you are writing more than one statements inside if block, then we have to use begin and end properly. Type 2, second version, you can observe a conditional statement. 1, if condition is true, true statement is evaluated. If condition is false, since you have mentioned else part, then false statement, whatever you write within else, that will be executed. In type 3, conditional statement, here nested if else, series of conditions we are checking. First we are checking expression 1. If it is true, true statement 1 is evaluated. If not, then the expression 2 is checked. These expressions are nothing but the conditions that we write within this parenthesis. Expression 2 is met, then true statement 2 is evaluated. If expression 2 is not met or it is false, in that case expression 3 is checked. If expression 3 is met, this third statement will be executed. If none of the conditions are true, in that case whatever we write within else part, that will be executed as default statement. So we can use if without else, we can use if statement with else, if and else both. We can use if else if as a series of condition checking, and then the final else part for default statement. This is how we can use if statement within Verilog. Each true or false statement can be single statement or block of multiple statements. A block must be grouped typically by using keywords begin and end. As we have discussed previously, there are no braces to indicate start and end of the block, so we have to use keywords begin and end, end. A single statement need not be grouped. For single statement there is no need to write begin and end. If you write also, it is valid. If you don't write also, it is valid. It is optional for single statement. If you consider type 1 statement example, if not of lock, buffer equal to data. So this lock signal, particular signal, if it is 0, not of 0, this condition will become 1. In that case, buffer is assigned with data. One more example, if enable is 1, so you have written only enable, so enable can take value 0 or 1. If enable is 1, in that case out is assigned with value of in. Else part is not mentioned for type 1. So if enable is 0, nothing is executed. In the second example, type 2 statement, if you observe, if some condition we are written, if this particular condition number queued, maximum queue depth, number queued is less than maximum queue depth, in that case this particular block is selected. Here data queue updated with a value of data, and number queued will be incremented by 1. If this condition is not met, then else portion is executed. In else portion you are writing display, $display. It is similar to printf in C programming. Here you are displaying queue is full, try again. It's an example to understand how to use. If condition is true, multiple statement, we write within begin and end. These statements are evaluated. True statements are evaluated when this condition becomes true. When this condition becomes false, in that case you will display queue full, try again. The third example, if you observe, here you are checking series of signals. In third example, if you can observe, a series of conditions are checked. If I want to draw block diagram for the analysis portion, you can observe there is a ALU control signal, ALU control, and whose value can vary as 0, 1, 2. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3 for example. So size of this ALU control is, say suppose 2 bit, and it this particular ALU block has got two inputs, one is X, one more input is Z. When ALU control signal is 0, then you are performing, ALU control signal is 0, you are performing X plus Z addition and you are assigning it to Y. If ALU control signal is 1, in that case you are performing X minus Z and you are assigning it to Y. If ALU control signal is 2, in that case you are multiplying X and Z and the result is assigned to Y. If ALU control signal is other than 0, 1, 2, okay, in that case else portion is executed. There you are displaying invalid ALU control signal. This particular ALU arithmetic logic unit that we are implementing with the help of if else statement can implement three operations: X plus Z addition, X minus Z subtraction, and X into Z multiplication. Three operations it may perform. Multi-way branching. Okay, and now here we are discussing the usage of case statement. In type 3 conditional statement, there were many alternatives. See, in the above example, you have seen there are sequence of conditions that we are checking: ALU control 0, 1, 2, and finally else. So here series of conditions are checked. First ALU control signal, whether it is equal to 0, you are checking equal 0, then 1. If it is not 0, then you are checking whether it is 1. If it is 1, then X minus Z is performed. If not met, if this condition is not true, or if it is not 1, ALU control signal is not 1, in that case next condition you are checking whether it is 2. Okay, so control signal will decide which operation your arithmetic logic unit performs. If none of the conditions are met, 0, 1, 2, other than that, say 3, in that case 3 or any other number, in that case you are displaying invalid ALU control signal. So your arithmetic logic unit can implement so only 3 operations. You can also include logical operations also, like A and B, X and Z, X or Y, X XOR Y, not of X, like that. Logical operations also you can include as series of conditions. Since your arithmetic logic control unit performs 3 operations, the size of this ALU control in binary, if you want to analyze, so it minimum size is 2 bit. So here series of conditions are checked from which one was chosen. Nested if else if can become unwieldy if there are too many alternatives. A shortcut to achieve the same result is to use the case statement. We can use case statement in place of this if else as the number of cases go on increasing. The case statement, it begins with keyword case, it includes end case, keyword, and the default are used in the case statement. If you observe general syntax of case statement, this particular case statement has got a case expression, alternative 1, and then statement 1 is evaluated. If expression is matches with alternative 3, statement 3 is evaluated. If none of the alternatives are matched, in that case default whatever statement we write, that will be executed. At the end, compulsorily we have to write end case. You observe that there is no space between end case. All keywords are lowercase, and end case should be written without any space in between as a continuous single word. If none of the alternative matches, the default statement is executed. The default statement is optional. It is not mandatory that every time we need to write default statement. Placing of multiple default statements in one case statement is not allowed. So only one default statement is allowed within a case statement. The case statements can be nested. Case statement within one more case statement is allowed in Verilog. In the previous ALU example that we have implemented with the help of if-else statement can be implemented with the help of case statement also. You can observe here ALU control, I can draw the circuit for analysis. So ALU control has got, so I can write X and Z are inputs, and you have got ALU control also as input. X and Z are inputs, okay. Y is the output. So this is your block. Here what we are doing, ALU control size is 2-bit. ALU control size is 2-bit. In decimal value is 0. So 2 tick D0 is equivalent to what? It can be written as 2 tick B00 also. D1 can be written as 2 tick B01. 2 tick D2 can be written as 2 tick B10. So data can be written in decimal or in binary. Both are allowed, as ALU control value can take 0001 10 in binary or 012 in decimal. So decimal equivalent in binary I have written. So in case of these choices you can write in binary also, that is allowed. So when 0, perform X plus Z. When 0, perform X plus Z, so this condition is evaluated. When ALU control signal is 1, it performs X minus Z. When ALU control signal is 2, it performs X into Z multiplication. If other than this 0, 1, 2, then default we are writing, default statement, there we are writing invalid ALU control signal. You can observe here that we have not written complete code, only portion of the code we are written for analysis. So case, to begin case statement, and within parenthesis we need to write an expression or condition. So in this case we are written ALU underscore control. It can take values 0, 1, 2 or any other value. Default is evaluated. So in case of if, else if, ladder, as the conditions become more, so it is better to use a case statement. The case statement can act as many to one multiplexer. We can also implement, so we'll take one more example where 4:1 multiplexer is implemented with the help of a case statement. You can observe here. So 4:1 multiplexer we are implementing, 4 inputs and 2 select lines. So all together, so I0, I1, I2 and I3. These 4 are inputs. Then select lines S1, S0 are also inputs. We are implementing mux 4 to 1, and output is say out. This is a general block diagram or symbol for multiplexer that we can write with the help of by observing coding also. So this is output and these 6 are input. So that declaration part is written here. And since case statement need to be written within always statement, output need to be redefined as, so output you are written as out, redefined as register. This is must, compulsory, must. Why? Because you are trying to assign value to out within always statement. Since always statement has got only one case statement, so there is no need to write begin and end. They are not written any begin and end, since only case statement is written. This becomes optional. If you write also, it is valid. If you don't write also, valid for this particular example, because always has got only one statement that is case statement. As we are discussed in previous class, see all these inputs are separated using or using a comma operator. So I can write here S1 comma S0 comma I0 comma I1 I2 comma I3. This way we can write using comma operator, or use or to separate inputs. And if you want to include all the inputs, so one more thing we have discussed, we can write always at this one, or always at star, as we have discussed, always at star. If you don't want to write all the inputs, just you write always at star. That means all the inputs that you have defined in your code are part of sensitivity list. Then since S1 and S0 are two independent 1-bit values, we are using concatenation operator. So what we have done is concatenation S1 comma S0, concatenation is we are performing, and concatenated value we are writing here in decimal. So after concatenation, S1 and S0 can take value in binary. If you want to write 00, 01, 0, 10, 11, or default value. So default we are writing at the end. So when S1 and S0 both are 00 in binary, you can observe same value 2 tick B00 can be written in decimal also. In decimal here they are written as total data size is 2 tick. In decimal binary equivalent value is 0. For 00 combination the value is 0. For 01 it is 1. For 10 it is 2. For 11 in binary value the value is in 3 in decimal. So we are written 0, 1, 2, 3 in decimal as choices. So when S1 and S0 are concatenated, the concatenated result will be a vector, and value can be either 0, 1, 2, 3. If it is 0, assign I0 to output. If it is 0, 1, I1 to output. Similarly, I2 and I3 are assigned based on select line values. If select line values are other than this, means X and Z are part of this, in that case default value you are displaying as invalid control signal. If either S1 or S0 contains unknown or high impedance values, that is X and Z, in that case default is evaluated and it will display as invalid control signals. We will continue in next class, students, with some more examples on a case statement.